What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to Grimm. Today we're gonna meet an absolutely delusional woman that thinks that she is the best dancer in the world and is gonna become famous as a result. Guys, make sure you watch until the end of this one because it's actually hilarious how awkward things get as time progresses. But without further ado and any more intros, let's just get into meeting her, shall we?
When you're at the level that I'm at of greatness, of prodigyness, of goddessness, the success and the money will come. It's inevitable.
It's a ridiculous idea. It's going to ruin her life.
Alright, so I'm just gonna come out and say it. I really think I'm gonna side with her dad on this one. I mean, just seeing these moves that they're already showing throughout this clip goes to show me that she is not the insane goddess level dancer that she thinks she is. To be honest, I don't know if it's because they slowed down the footage or what, but it looks like she's kind of stiff and awkward when she dances, and that's not really the vibe you want to give off if you're dancing. Also, when it comes to how she just explained herself, I mean, there is definitely some merit in being confident. Don't get me wrong, I mean, being confident in yourself is cool and all, and selling yourself, but if she's out here calling herself a goddess and a prodigy, I'm sorry, hun, but I just don't see it. You know, maybe they just are waiting to show us her awesome moves later, so I'll hold out for some hope of good dancing, but I really don't think we're gonna see any of that today, folks.
How do you know that you're a great dancer?
It oozes out of me.
Okay, first things first, I don't care what you're passionate about. You know, everyone has their hustles and their passions and talents, but I really don't ever want to hear that your skill oozes out of you. That's a really weird and gross sounding way to put it. Just say that you like dancing or something, like don't be so extra, all right?
I'm watching you here and...
I'm much better than that, though.
Well,
that's just like a little bit, that just scrapes the surface of my greatness.
Well,
I mean, you're being filmed for background footage for the Dr. Phil show. You can bet that she was giving 110% when they brought out those cameras to film that. She can't just play it off like, oh yeah, that's a little teaser of how good I am, but it's not even close to how good I really am at dancing. Like, again, I'm gonna relate this to another punk type kid on the playground at elementary school. You know, he claims that he can speak another language or fly, but he just doesn't want to show you right now. Like, dog, I know you don't got superpowers. Just admit it, all right? Don't try to play me like that. We might both be kids, but we all know that's not possible, okay?
I couldn't do that on my best day, so I'm not gonna...
I can do that in heels with my eyes closed.
I'm not gonna critique it because I don't know what I'm talking about.
I love that Dr. Phil backtracks here to make himself clear that, you know, he isn't trying to attack this girl or that he's saying that she's bad necessarily, because she's not. I think that she just has her head in the clouds and really, really overestimates her ability. But you know, as Dr. Phil is putting himself down to make her feel better and doing his job, she has to just double up on that and start flexing again. Yeah, I could do this with heels on and my eyes closed, Dr. Phil. These moves is light work. You can't even get to my level of goddessness.
But you have a passion for it, is your point. I mean, you feel it inside. You love this.
Absolutely. Just passion like a river. It just flows out of me.
You're in professional training?
My own professional training. I'm a professional and I professionally teach myself.
Okay, so I'll take that as a no. You know, this girl is really suffering from a bias called the Dunning-Kruger effect, and I'm not gonna bore you guys, but basically I'll explain it super quickly. It's the phenomenon where people who are truly like beginners or novices at a certain skill greatly overestimate their abilities. And I mean, this is just textbook right here. Someone who actually has a passion for dance would probably sign up for lessons or find a teacher, but not her. You know why? Because she's a professional and she's professionally taught herself. If only that worked in other job disciplines, you know, I would just tell myself I'm a professional poker player or lawyer and make millions. But sadly, it really doesn't work like that. Nothing in the world does. To be honest, lady, you're probably far from being a professional, and to be that against the idea of getting a teacher just proves that this is not going to be moving from a hobby to an actual career for you anytime soon. As harsh as that is to realize for her, it's definitely true.
So I just train in my dorm room. It's just a little space, like 2 feet wide, 2 feet this way, 2 feet that way, and I'm always working and perfecting my craft and stretching and doing it all myself because I don't have any teachers, I don't have any choreographers, but that's okay because like I'm like a one-woman show, like I can do it all.
Wait, did she just explain a 2-foot cube of space that she has to dance in? I mean, good luck training in that. You'd be lucky to fit in that space as a fully grown adult. But besides that weird thought, I love that they just throw up these splash images of her dancing in the background. Like, even in the freeze frames alone, you could tell she's an awkward looking dancer and really not all that smooth. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm in the same boat as Dr. Phil here. I cannot dance to save my life. I mean, of course, you can still find me out on the dance floor at almost any party that has one because, I mean, I'll be still trying my hardest, but I know I'd most likely be laughed at by real formally taught dancers if I told them I was good and then danced in front of them. It's kind of sad watching this all unfold because Dr. Phil, her dad, the audience, pretty much everyone but her has a real unbiased view of this and knows that she is just in another realm when she sees herself as this all-knowing dancing genius, but really, it could not be further from the truth. She just looks like someone on TikTok that's trying to do these dancing challenges and failing miserably.
Everything I do, I'm self-taught and I'm just awesome.
But don't you think you need training?
I have training.
Because I've always thought I was...
I mean, if you can credit this girl with one thing, it is confidence. Don't get me wrong on that. Dr. Phil is asking her these straight up questions about how she trains and if she's formally taught, you know, and her answer ends with the statement, "I'm just awesome." I mean, no doubt I bet you are, but really that does not answer the question. Either way, I do give her my respects for thinking so highly of herself. It comes off as arrogant a lot, but you can't say she doesn't believe in herself, right?
I would like training to just, you know, hone what I have, like the natural talent there.
And you think this is a higher form of insanity?
Yes.
So obviously the dad is not feeling it. I mean, I do not blame him here. Look, you have your daughter who has a full ride to college, and she's now blowing that off to pursue this dream of becoming a famous dancer. I mean, I'd be pretty tilted if I was him too. And to be honest, when I think about it, how would you even become a famous dancer? Like, is that a thing anymore? Besides people like Backpack Kid that are just memes on Instagram, how could you actually pursue that for fame? Because most of the people that are famous for dancing aren't famous for just that. They're like pop stars too that incorporate dancing into their live shows. I really don't think anyone has been famous for just dancing in a long time, so I really do think she should be serious about school and stay in it for the time being. I know I probably sound like a boring adult by saying that, but it's just true. Like, that's the good move to make, and she should be smart enough to realize that.
You're obviously really smart, right? Mm-hmm. And so you...
But as great as my intelligence is, my dance talent is even greater.
Yikes. Yo, can you take a single compliment and not just improve upon it yourself? Like, this girl is so full of herself, it kind of blows my mind. Imagine just being friends with her. That would be the most tiresome relationship of all time. You can't even say anything remotely positive to her without her rebounding it with her own double compliment that was even better than yours, but it's still about herself. Like, get your head out of your own butt, woman. Hey, you guys made it pretty far into the video, so in the next 5 seconds, I want you to like the video, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. And if you're quick enough, you will develop the skills to hit every dance move in the book. That's right, you'll be hitting all those popular TikTok dance challenges like a pro. You just gotta believe, alright? Just please do me a favor and don't whip and nay-nay. Let's leave that in 2017. Anyways, on to the rest of the video.
So your plan is to do what now?
So I really want to model and express myself through fashion.
So, shocker here, folks. Now we have the sister on stage with her, and somehow her sister's answer to what she wants to pursue in life is even more shallow, stupid, and immature than her sister's. I just want to model and express myself through fashion. AKA, I want to be an Instagram girl and model for Fashion Nova because that's the cool thing to do when I can get rich off of it. I don't know if she realizes this, but there are probably millions of other girls, not probably, actually definitely millions of other girls out there that want the exact same thing, and they're actually making moves to do it and actually have a following. Now, I don't know how big this girl's Instagram is, but I'm guessing it's not very big if she's on Dr. Phil trying to get clout that way. So instead of just hoping that it falls into their lap, they're actually putting work in while she's not. But even they don't realize that this is truly not a career unless you get into actually modeling for companies, but that is a whole different beast compared to Instagram.
What I'm saying is there's a difference between a dream and a goal, and the difference between a dream and a goal is a timeline, a plan, and accountability.
You know what? Dr. Phil really knocks it out of the park once again here, boys and girls. He's saying what I've been trying to say this whole video, and that's that these women have a dream of what they want in life, but they really aren't putting in the right steps or the right amount of work into the foundation of those dreams to even have a possibility of making it a reality. It's like people who want to become YouTubers or things of that nature. You can say all day how you want to become a YouTuber, but if you don't actually make videos and work on building a theme and brand on your channel, then all that stuff is just going to remain a dream. I mean, I don't really get the vibe that this dancing girl is even trying to network all that well. Like, she is probably just posting these videos of her dancing to Instagram where she adds like 3 to 5 hashtags and just expects the world to allow her to blow up into superstardom. It does not work like that, and nowadays it's harder than ever to become famous for something that millions of others are pursuing as well, so you have to put in the work that others aren't. And I mean, you think someone with a full ride to college would be smart enough to realize that, but I guess not. So there you have it, folks. It's a tale as old as time. Some delusional young adult thinking that they are going to make it in a field that requires a lot of hard work and dedication, and they just think it's going to fall into their lap and it's going to work out somehow when they really don't put in the time or work themselves. and they mix their dreams and passion with actual work in their head, thinking that they are going way harder than they actually are. I mean, we have all suffered from this, I'm sure, so we really can't hate on this girl too much. It's still just funny to see her embarrass herself on TV pretty much. Hopefully she decides to stay in college, that's all I gotta say. But that's gonna do it for today's video. Let me know if you enjoyed it down in the comments below and your thoughts, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, peace out.